everyone, I am CA Vibhuti Narang. Welcome to our channel Voxcov Academy. In today's video, we'll be discussing on TDS, a new topic which is quite very important and relevant, which is TDS interest, late fees as well as penalty. So whenever we are filing any TDS return or any challan and we are delayed in anything, whether it is return or deposit or deduction, there are different things are being levied under the TDS. So in detail, we'll be discussing about each and every topic. These are three topics which will be covered in three parts in the video today. So let's begin. First thing we need to understand what is TDS interest. So TDS interest is to be paid under section 201 when there is failure to deduct or pay TDS. See, as we all know, we are liable to deduct TDS at the time of bill or payment, whichever is earlier. So the deduction ideally should be at the time of bill or payment, whichever date turns out to be earlier. And we have to pay TDS by the next month 7th. So the 7th of the next month is the due date for TDS payment or challan payment under challan 281. What happens is there may be a failure either to deduct it late, either we are not able to timely deduct it or we are not able to timely pay it. So both of the cases will attract TDS interest. This interest is covered under section 201 of the Act. So we will understand both the interest one by one. First we'll be understanding TDS on late deduction and then TDS on late deposit. So from this definition we come from two conclusions to it. One is interest for late deduction and the second interest is for late deposit. First of all, if we talk about interest for late deduction. Interest for late deduction means the due date of deduction and the actual date of deduction, there is variation between the two dates. For example, I generated a bill or I received a bill on which TDS was liable to be deducted. Let's suppose on 16th of April, the bill was generated and the payment was made on 20th of April. Ideally, TDS should be deducted on the bill date, but TDS was lately deducted on 20th of April. So there is a delay of 4 days in case of deduction. So at that time there will be interest at the rate 1% per month which will be levied. Now part of month or number of days or partial days are also there, that is also be considered to be 1 month. We'll understand this section. Interest for late deduction of TDS is applicable at the rate of 1% per month. So this is not per annum. You will not consider it as 12%. It is applicable from the date on which TDS was deductible. Means the actual due date of deduction, the liability rise where you were supposed to deduct to the date of actual deduction where you have actually deducted. So there is a time gap between these two dates. It can be for 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 2 months, whatever the case is. But TDS is applicable from the date of liable to deduction to the date of actual deduction. The calculation of interest is on per month basis, not on number of days basis. So the part of month is also to be considered as a full month. For example, there is a professional service of 50,000. Professional service means it's a service covered under section 194J. So we are liable to deduct TDS under section 194J at the rate 10%. So this is not a technical service also. TDS is deducted 5,000 rupees. Date of bill was 28th of January. Date of payment was 10th of February. The earlier of date bill or payment should be 28th of January. Ideally, this should be the liable to deduct date. The TDS should be deducted on this date, but the TDS is actually deducted. So the actual deduction of TDS took place on 10th of February. If I orally do this question, the TDS interest is applicable from 28th of January 2020 to 10th of February 2020. Now part of month is also considered for full month. So this is the first month and this is the second month. 1% into 5,000 into 2 months will be the answer to the question. Now let's check to the solution once. Interest is applicable from 28th January to 10th February at the rate 1% for late deduction of TDS for 2 months. So the answer is 100 rupees. Now we'll talk about interest for late deposit. Now this is the actual date of deduction. See, actual date of deduction can actually be correct also, or it can be incorrect. So the liable to date can be either this date or you have actually deducted on a later date. Both the cases are possible. Then the due date of challan. Ideally, if you consider if 10th of February the deduction was done, the due date of challan was 7th of March and the actual date of deposit. Let's suppose there was delay of only one day. The deposit was done on 8th March. Then also the interest at the rate 1.5% again per month will be levied in this case. If I talk about the normal months of the year, that is from April to February, if ever there is any delay, there will be minimum 2 months interest applicable. Consider practically, if it is April, the due date is 7th of May. Even if a delay of one day will be considered as 2 months, because April, that is actual date of reduction was April and the actual date of deposit was May. So 2 months. If I talk about the month March, so in the month of March for interest for late deposit, the actual date is 30th of April. So even if you are delaying for 1 day, the late deduction will be applicable for 3 months. How? One for March, second April month, third is May. So for the month of March, any late deposit, the interest will be applicable minimum for 3 months. So you have to keep this in mind. For example, okay, let's understand this. Interest for late deposit of TDS is applicable at the rate 1.5%. It is applicable from the date on which TDS was deducted to the date of actual payment of TDS. So the actual date of deduction to the actual payment, that is actual deposit of the TDS. The calculation of interest is not on per month basis, it is on number of days basis, and part of month is to be considered as full month. It is not a number of days basis, it is a monthly basis. The payment of interest should be from the date on which the TDS was deducted, actually deducted, not from the date the TDS challan was due. So generally people confuse that it is from 7th of May, for example, the due date for 7th May to 7 to 8, it's a 1 day delayed and 1 month interest will be applicable. That is not the case. For example, again we have the same example, we are continuing. The professional service 50,000, TDS 5,000. Date of bill is 28 January, date of payment 10 February. Earlier of bill or payment should be 28 January, but TDS is actually deducted on 10 February. So this interest we have already done, that is from 28 January to 10th February. Both the interest simultaneously can be applicable. This is not necessary that only one will be applicable. So 5,000 into 1% into 2 months, that is 100 rupees. Now the actual date of deduction is 10th of February and due date of deposit was 7th March, but it was actually deposited on 16th March. So this late deposit interest is applicable from 10th February to 16th of March 2020. It will be again 5,000 into 1% into 2.5% into 2 months. So we'll check out the solution. Interest for late deduction we have already done. Late deposit, so it will be for 5,000, 1.5% for 2 months, which is 150 rupees. Now this was all about interest. If I talk about the late fees, which is for delay in filing of TDS return, that was delay in either deduction or delay in deposit of TDS. This is delay in filing TDS return. So TDS return can be for any section like 24Q, 26Q, 27Q, 27EQ. Any return you are delaying in filing of TDS, this late fees under section 234E is applicable. As you all know, all the returns under TDS are on quarterly basis. So the delay in filing of quarterly return will attract a late fees of 200 per day, maximum up to the total amount of TDS liable to be deducted, right? For example, how will you calculate this TDS return? This I have given for due date other than salary as well as for salary. If I consider So if for salary or other than salary, the due date is same. That is after the end of the quarter, the next month last date is your due date under TDS return. But if I talk about TCS, the date is 15th. So after the end of the quarter, 15th of July, 15th October, 15th January and 15th of May. So any delay you are doing in quarterly filing of your TDS or TCS return, whatever the case is, will attract a late fees of 200 per day maximum to the amount of TDS. Let's suppose the due date was 31st of May and the delay we have done in this case is, let's suppose, 5th of June. So the delay is for 5 days. So 5 days into 200 rupees means 1000 rupees, and let's suppose the TDS was 400. So the late fees will be maximum up to rupees 400. But let's suppose the quarterly return late fees turns out to be 1000 and TDS amount was 5000. So in this case it will be 1000 rupees. So this you have to keep in mind, it cannot exceed your TDS amount. Next is TDS penalty, which is for late filing of TDS return. So this is an addition to 234E, the late fees we have done right now. So the one is late fees which can be retracted, the other is penalty which can be retracted. So the assessing officer may direct a person who fails to file the TDS within the due date or pay penalty minimum of 10,000, maximum which can extend to 1 lakh rupees. This is in addition to 234E late fees. This section will also cover incorrect filing of TDS return. When this penalty cannot be levied, so it can be sometime very harsh on the assessee to pay such amount. So if the tax deducted collected, whatever the case is, TCS or TCS is paid to the credit of government, it has been submitted to the government and they have received the amount. Late filing fees, that is 234E, or interest if any under section 201 is paid to the credit of government, it can be waived. Then the TDS TCS return is filed before the expiry of 1 year from the due date specified in this behalf. So let's suppose the due date was 31st July, it is filed by next year 31st July. So this penalty will not be levied. Now, what is the penalty for delay in issuing of TDS certificate? So we have three topics we understand in the whole TDS concept. So TDS delay in filing of issuing of TDS certificate will attract a mandatory fees of 100 per day. This is covered under section 272A till the filing of return. So ideally for the quarter April to June, other than salary, the due date is 15th August. Then for September, it is actually 15 days from the date of TDS return. But in case of salary, there is a standard TDS certificate which is form 16. The due date is 15th of June. So any delay in this will attract a mandatory fees of 100 per day till the filing of return, and this is covered under section 272A. The topic covered in today's video is also available on my website www.voxcov.com. So if you want to register for any practical training sessions for GST, TDS, income tax, payroll, balance sheet finalization, you can just visit the website and enroll for the required course. Every course is available in basic and advanced medium. So as per your choice, you can just select the course and add to the cart for further payment. If you really like the video, then please press the black thumb below and subscribe to my channel for latest updates and notification. Thank you very much.